Welcome to Dear Diary, the self-love podcast. This is your place to dive deep into personal development and self-love inspiration, connecting you to your intuition, your body, and your higher self, while unlocking and activating your confidence and inner power, inspiring you to show up and choose you over everything that gets thrown in your way, instead of listening to the limiting beliefs running around inside of your head. We will explore a variety of topics from conquering fear, letting go of doubt, self-awareness, mom guilt, trusting your intuition, along with a ton of self-care tools that I'll be sharing along the way. With solo sessions and a magnetic guest list of remarkable souls, this is my platform to empower others while using my voice to share my self-love, growth, and healing journey. I hope that this podcast serves you well and you get as much value from it as I do sharing it. So here we go. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another episode of Dear Diary, the Self-Love Podcast. I am your host, Amanda Beatty, and today I'm going to be your guide on this journey of self-discovery and healing and unconditional love. We're going to tap into one of the most used in my world, most powerful, most transformational tools that I have discovered on my path of transformation, and that is breathwork. We're going to be doing some breathing today. I'm going to teach you some breath patterns, some breath techniques, some styles that I use every day. Because I think that they're really profound. They're super easy. And I say this all the time, your breath is your medicine. And God, there's so many reasons why I mean that, but like it's a tool that you have with you always. You don't have to go purchase it. You don't have to sign up for it. You don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. It's literally available to you always. Whenever you need it, it's like your trusty anchor, okay? And so in a world that often pulls us in a million different directions, it is essential to have practices that ground us, that remind us of our true essence, that help us come back home into our bodies. And so breathwork for me is like this gentle whisper that reminds me of my inner strength and power that's inside of me always, available to me always, okay? As a self-love and embodiment coach, I have woven breathwork into my daily routine, into my practices with my clients, into my evening bedtime routine with my son. That's something I've taught him to use breathwork as a coping tool and as a way to calm his body at the end of a day, right? Our kids are all over the place. If your kid's like mine, he's a generator, he's an active being, he's all over the place, okay? And so at the end of the day, when we lay in bed, like, yes, we have this whole nighttime, bedtime routine thing down, but the breath work is a non-negotiable for him. And we do a body scan where we start down by our feet and we work our way up to our heads and we say goodnight and take a deep breath for each body part. Okay. Doesn't take long, but it's a non-negotiable for him. We got to take deep breaths at the end of the day. Like that's his thing. Okay. So it's a daily routine that's a lifeline for myself, for my clients, for him, to just bring us present, bring us peace, calming our nervous systems. Okay. So I'm going to share with you some breath work patterns. And if the word breath work, I just want to like disclaimer this. If the word breath work sounds intimidating, sounds like work, sounds like something you're not interested in, scratch that word. Insert intentional breathing. Insert mindfulness, okay? Don't let this be difficult. This is super easy, and I want this to be like tangible tools that you can take with you. You can teach to your kids, to your spouse, to your friends. Like, share this episode with anybody and everybody that you see, okay? Like, everybody needs to know that breathwork is a tool that they have available to them always. It's our ally in navigating life's twists and turns. It will support you in releasing tension, finding clarity, and cultivating just this deep sense of peace and joy and presence. It's amazing. So picture this as we go through these couple of breath patterns. Just imagine this, okay? Take a deep breath with me right now. And with each inhale, you're inviting this renewed sense of purpose and peace and vitality into your body. You're like breathing in your life force. And with each exhale, you're releasing what no longer serves you. You're letting go of tension and worries and doubts and whatever shit is going on in your day, okay? So it's like this beautiful dance with your breath and this rhythmic embrace that brings you closer into your body, into your heart, and into your true essence. So throughout this episode, I'm going to talk to you about the science of it first, because there are some of you who like need that. And I'm not going to go into too much about it, but I am going to get like scientific on you, because it's facts, it's science that this is a powerful tool. Okay. It's not just like hippy dippy woo woo shit. Okay. So we're going to get into that. And then I'm going to give you breathwork techniques, patterns that you can seamlessly integrate into your everyday life. Like, we're not talking lay down and breathe for an hour and cry and let go and release and all that. Like, yes, there's a time and a place for that. I am a huge advocate for breathwork like that, like the lay down, deep breath until you want to like crawl out of your skin, but there's something that you got to release, so you keep breathing anyway, and then all of a sudden there's a pop and there's a big healing and explosion and there's tears and yes, that's amazing. We're not doing that today. We're going to do everyday life, getting out of your head into your body, whether you're looking to calm your mind from a crazy day, find balance amidst the chaos, or just simply tap into a moment of tranquility, letting go of the external environment and like tapping into your internal landscape and just finding peace and presence. These are breath patterns that are going to be your trusty companion. Some of them will be coffee replacements because they will energize you in a way that you've never experienced before, okay? Some of them you will feel like you just got high, okay? Like truly transformational. And don't let that scare you, okay? Like, really. Although I will say, if you are driving, like, I wouldn't do any of these unless you're just doing a really slow, simple, maybe like the first 3 that I share. You can do those while you're driving. But the really like activating, fast-paced ones, I would not do those while you're driving. Okay. I just want to like disclaimer that. So yeah, we're going to discuss the science, how it influences our nervous system, the magical synergy that it creates with just the presence and what it does for your nervous system. I'm really, really excited. So if you're ready to infuse your life with the gentle power of intentional breathing, let's dive in. Let's uncover the treasures that lie within each inhale and exhale. Let's cultivate a more grounded, authentic, joyful existence. I'm really excited. Stay tuned for an episode filled with so much good shit, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I'm sending you so much love. Remember, you are worthy of a life that is so nourishing and so satisfying and so filled with love. Your breath is your medicine. I hope you take these tools. I hope you save this episode. I hope you share it with everyone you know. I hope you come back to it often. Let's get into it. So before we dive in today, I want to talk to you about 6 ways that really, like, we're going to go into the science here about our body's nervous system, brain functions, psychological processes. Like, there is science behind your breath being your medicine. Okay. So we're going to learn how. Okay. We're going to get a little nerdy for you for a second. Your nervous system It consists of the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, okay? The branches of the nervous system. The branches that are responsible for fight or flight, rest and digest, okay? When you are actively and consciously breathing, you are helping regulate your nervous system, shifting your body from a stressed state, a sympathetic state, to a relaxed state, your parasympathetic state. Okay. So when you're like really anxious, this is why I do it with Brennan. When he's super anxious and he's in this stressed, excited state, I always tell him, what do you need to do now? And he knows. Take a deep breath. And it relaxes his nervous system. Okay. It also has a really positive impact on your brain functions. Deep, intentional breathing patterns influence the release of neurotransmitters. Okay. You ever hear of GABA, your GABA brain waves, GABA, serotonin, all of these things that are associated with mood improvement, relaxation. Breathwork can stimulate those parts of your brain. It can stimulate your vagus nerve. Have you ever heard of that? We're not going to get too detailed here, but I'm just like, you can Google, okay, if you need more than what I'm giving you. But it's a key, your vagus nerve is a key player in the brain gut connection, okay? So it influences that emotional regulation and your cognitive functions. So I like to use breath work as a tool when I want to emotionally go to like binge eat something. I'll just take some breaths and it will like activate that vagus nerve. It will like activate the neurotransmitters. It will activate my nervous system to chill out and to sort of be present in my body. And then sometimes I no longer need the food that I'm reaching for. It sort of just brings me present, okay? Oxygen and blood flow. That is a given, right? Enhanced oxygen levels, which you are breathing more intentionally. I don't think a lot of us realize that you ever have a day where it's like a day and then all of a sudden you'll take a deep breath, right? And sometimes it's like it's not a good quality breath. Maybe it feels shallow. Maybe it's a little shaky. And you're like, whoa, you have that moment where you're like, whoa, I think that's the first time I've breathed all day, right? A lot of us, we are so in our like automated, going through the motions, in that like fight or flight, hyper arousal state that we are breathing shallow and we're not really getting oxygen to our brain. And so when you intentionally breathe, again, that's why these breath patterns, they are good for everyday life. When you can breathe and bring oxygen into your blood flow, into your body, those enhanced oxygen levels support your body's energy, cognitive functions, and just improving your blood circulation, transporting nutrients and waste more effectively. It activates your cells. Like it is just good for your body. Forget about your nervous system. It's good for your body. Stress, okay? Stress reduction, cortisol regulation. When we engage in these slow, deep breathing sessions, your body responds by reducing the production of cortisol. What is cortisol? It's your stress hormone, okay? So we all got a bunch of elevated cortisol levels. We're walking around here. Like I just said before, you're in autopilot, you're in fight or flight. Your cortisol levels are like through the charts 90% of the time, right? Like chronic stress, inflammation, compromised immune systems, like the whole nine. We all know that stress kills, right? So by practicing breath work, we can slow down all of the negative effects of the stress and create this just the body can relax. Okay, the body can relax. Another tool or another reason why breathwork is so powerful is it sort of bridges the gap between your mind and your body connection. So when we focus on our breath, we're focusing on the present moment. We are tuning our awareness to the present moment. This is why it's so powerful if you're really, really, really stressed. Chances are you're anxious about something in the past, you're stressed about something in the future. It fosters this sense of mindfulness, bringing you present, connecting your breath with awareness. It's helping you process emotions, release trapped energy, gain insights and clarity into our thoughts or our feelings. And it really helps facilitate this deeper level of healing and self-awareness. And then the last thing, this is like the most powerful, in my opinion, when I sit down and I do like the longer breathes, like Wim Hof method, or there's lots of different styles. I think Wim Hof is like everybody kind of has heard of him, maybe sort of. You can Google him. He's like a really intense breath pattern. It's this rapid and intense breathing pattern. It can alter your state of consciousness. It can lead to emotional release and help you assess deeper levels of stuck and frozen pockets of trauma. Okay. And it really it's intense and it's beautiful and it's amazing. And I have healed and let go of a lot of shit on some of those longer breathes. Yeah, there's, if you've been to some of my breathwork workshops, even those are not like longer. They're longer than these short little bursts of breath patterns. But like, oh my God, the amount of stuff that you can heal from just breathing intentionally for a longer period of time. Like when your body's like, no, I want to stop. And you're like, no, let's keep going. You can access these pockets of sludge that have been in you this whole time. And it's so beautiful. Okay, so we're going to get into it now. I'm excited. Stick around. Save this episode if you want to leave a review. If you want to share this in your stories and tag me, you will be entered into my current giveaway that is now through October. So excited about that. Let's get into it. So the first breath pattern that I want to share with you today is called the halo active breath. And this is it can be a gentle pace in a way that feels most relaxing and nourishing for you. So as with all breath patterns, go at a pace that feels good. But this is the breath pattern that I use, that I go to most when I'm feeling anxious, when I'm feeling overwhelmed. This is the one that I teach my son that he uses most. And basically, it's in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And I like to, especially when I'm really anxious, that exhale on the mouth, it's a gentle, soft, open mouth. Okay. So we're going to do that for a few minutes. But I also want to note too, sometimes my body doesn't want the exhale to be an open mouth exhale. And you'll know, listen to your body. Always with every breath pattern, listen to your body. Listen to what it's telling you. Go at a pace that feels comfortable. Sometimes when I breathe in, there's something that's inside of me that I'm holding on to, and it doesn't want to it wants to go. It wants the power and the force behind a closed lipped, pierced lipped exhale. Okay, so I just want to say that. Sometimes it's going to look like, and sometimes it will look like, find the rhythm that works for you. So we're going to do this for a few minutes. Do this as little, as long as you want. You will know, again, you'll know when you can feel your body start to relax. That's when you know it's working. If you are like frustrated and you give up too fast, or you're like, I don't have time for this, defeating the whole purpose, okay? Push through any resistance until you can feel your body relaxed. Here we go. And sometimes while I'm doing this, look, you can already tell with the sound of my voice. It's just like, I landed in my body. Sometimes when I'm breathing in, I'm like I love a breath hold. There's something powerful about the stillness and the silence in a breath hold. So sometimes on that inhale, I will breathe in and I will just sort of land without exhaling yet, just land at the top of the breath, relax my body, and then exhale. And listen to how that sounds a little bit different. Beautiful job. Now, another style of that, when I'm feeling really agitated, or sometimes there's just something that needs to be released from within me, it will sound like this. Whatever sound, whatever noise, whatever wants to come out of your throat, let it out. Sometimes there's rage to it. Sometimes there's a growl. Sometimes there's a hiss. When you allow your body and give your body permission to release the noises that are stuck inside of there, yes, sometimes you feel a little silly at first, but it is one of the most like therapeutic practices, because there's something stuck in your body that wants to be heard, wants to be seen, wants to come out, wants to be released or expressed. When you can give yourself permission to do that, sometimes it's followed with tears, which is beautiful. Sometimes it's followed by just this relaxing of your nervous system because you let out whatever was stuck inside of there. I love this breath pattern, and I hope that you do too. This breath pattern, I feel like, is a really good beginner breath. I call it find your flow, but it's the box breath. And it is inhale through 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Okay. One of the reasons why I like this is because there is, unless you do it for a long time and you're just used to it, you're counting with this. And so it really takes your attention off of the external world. It brings you present and it helps you focus your awareness on what you're doing right then in the moment, on the breath, counting. It is super, super helpful. Okay. So you're going to breathe in through 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. That is a good one. If 4 seconds is too short, you can extend it. If it's too long, you can shorten it. Find a flow that feels good for you. But the whole idea, and even if you can close your eyes and visualize as you're breathing, if you can visualize a box as you inhale, hold, exhale, hold, that is going to bring you super aware into the present moment, into your body, letting go of all of the external. I love box breath. This breath pattern that I want to share with you is the conscious continual breath. This is in through the nose, out through the mouth with a continuous flow, like the waves of the ocean. There is no pause or stop or hold on the inhale or the exhale. It's just this continuous flow. And I want to give you a visual because I think it's important. As you're doing this breath pattern, okay? And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. It can be an open mouth or a pierced lip, closed mouth. So it sounds like this. Or you can go as fast or as slow as you want. But if you could see my body right now as I do this, I kind of am like, I'm making like a circle, like with each inhale and with each exhale. I imagine the breath like moving through my body and clearing out any stagnant energy, any cobwebs, any pockets of fear or frustration or doubt or sadness or anything. It's just like we're like deep cleaning right now. We're in and we're letting it go, in and letting it go. And I tend to like move with this, whether I'm like moving my hips, moving my back, moving my neck. I really get my whole body involved in this breath. This is one that you can use anytime if you're anxious, if you're just needing to get present. This is a really good one if you need a little bit of energy in your body. You can do this at a more fast pace. If you're anxious, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you can go at it with a slower pace. Okay, so let's try this today. I tend to do this one with the like more closed lips, pierced lips on the exhale. So okay, so here we go. In through your nose and out. continuous flow, like the waves of the ocean, letting the breath clean and clear out any stagnant energy in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. I love this one. This one, because of the faster pace of it, you can start to get lightheaded. That is perfectly normal. That is perfectly okay. You are decreasing your blood pressure. You are sending oxygen to the brain. It is safe to breathe. It is safe to continue, but allowing that breath to just continuously flow through your body, it is super yum. I hope that this breath pattern becomes a favorite of yours like it is mine. I already feel so energized just from doing that for 2 minutes. You can continue with this breath pattern for as long as you want and just stay with the constant flow in and out of your body. Letting go of anything that is stuck, anything that is stagnant, and bringing and cultivating this new, empowered, and aligned energy within. This breath pattern is called the breath of fire, and it is in and out only through your nose. And it is really activating for your nervous system. I like to do this one in the morning. And I close my eyes, I get in a comfortable position, and I breathe in and out through the nose. And I sort of internally, with my mind's eye, focus on my third eye. And sometimes I'll bring my arms up and down. You hear Tony Robbins talk about this. He uses it as, I think he calls it priming, his priming breath. And basically, it's really activating your highest self. It's really tapping you into the present moment, into your embodiment. And so I like to add the arms up and down with each breath to sort of like give my body this renewed sense of energy. And then I follow it with a breath hold. And you can hold your breath as long as you want. We are having all of this oxygen introduced to our bodies. So it is safe to have a longer breath hold because you have so much breath in your body. Okay. So in and out through the nose. It's going to sound like this. This one I will say, if you need to blow your nose or if you have a cold, like get whatever is in there out, because you are going to be inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And it's going to sound like this. Here we go. So as you're doing this, inhale and exhale, your belly is sort of like snapping in with each exhale. Okay? And then imagine your arms going up and down with each exhale. Okay? Do this for as little or as long as you want. The longer, the better, in my opinion. And then we're going to end with a breath hold. Okay? So here we go. Inhale in, hold at the top, and just feel all of that energy that you've cultivated in your body. Feel that power buzzing through you. Your breath is your medicine. And you can keep going if you want. These are just examples of breath patterns, but feel that energy running through your body. And when you're ready, let it all out. I hope that one serves you well. This breath pattern is called the blow breath. This is the one when you are feeling like a slump, you are feeling unenergized, blah, you need a cup of coffee. Maybe it's the middle of the day. Maybe it's the morning. Maybe you're just feeling like meh and you need a pick me up. The blow breath is going to be your best friend. It is in and out through the mouth with like pierced lips. I'll show you in just a second. And then a breath hold at the top. And when you have the breath hold at the top, I want you to feel all of the yummy energy that you just cultivated in your body. It's going to feel like a high. It is going to feel like you just had the best cup of coffee in your entire life. You are going to feel energized and yummy, and it is so good. I love this breath pattern. So, blow breath, here we go. In and out through your mouth, and it sounds like this. Hold at the top. And when you're ready, let it out on a sigh. I love that one. It's so good. I hope you love it just as much. And I invite you, try that. Next time you go to reach for a cup of coffee, midday, 2:00, 3:00, like try that. 5 minutes. Game changer. I hope you feel so yummy, so present, so nourished in this moment with these tools. I hope you take them with you always. I hope you teach them to your kids and your partners and your friends. I hope you share this episode. But I really like the most important thing I think about this. I should say maybe the most difficult, we're air quoting here, the most difficult thing about breath work is remembering that you have this as a tool, right? Like we are so busy, we are on autopilot, we are like doing the things, spinning the plates, wearing the hats, going through the motions that sometimes we can forget, right? You ever sit down on your couch after a really long day or like land in your bed at the end of a day where you just literally haven't stopped and then all of a sudden you take a deep breath and it's like kind of shaky and maybe it hurts your lungs a little bit and you're like, whoa, I think I forgot to breathe today. Let's try to not do that. Let's try to remember to breathe intentionally in these little micro moments all throughout your day. I promise you that will be such a game changer for you. Your kids are going to see you do it. They're going to pick up on it. Everybody around you is going to notice your energy shift. You're going to be more calm, more present, more in your peace and your power. I hope you remember these tools always, and I hope they serve you well. And thank you so much for listening to this episode. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm sending you so much love. Go be best friends with your breath now. All right? Give it a try. One day, 1 week, give it a week and try out these tools and just see what happens. Just get curious. I'm just saying. Okay. I love you guys so much. And that is it for today's episode. I hope that these words activated and inspired something inside of you. And if they did, please share this episode with a friend or on your social media, and feel free to tag me so that I can say thank you. The more people who hear these words along their path, the more we can help inspire and heal the world. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a review. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Sending love and light until next time. I'll see you soon.